Welcome back to Spooktober, and this is a video that I'm thinking about working on for probably ever since I started YouTube. Well, today I want to talk about my favorite horror movie franchises. So I have like quite a bit right here. They're not every single movie in the franchise. I'm just going to show off the original, then talk about each franchise. So, it's quite a bit here. I'm just going to summarize them as little as I can and give you how many are in the series. So, oh yeah, and these are like in no particular order. So I'm just going to get started off with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. That started in 1984, and there are 7 original in the series with Freddy vs. Jason. So this is about a child murderer named Freddy Krueger, and the townspeople burned him up one night, and now he haunts children's dreams. I recently started watching this series on HBO Max, but I haven't watched the entire series yet. I'm actually on part 4, and so far it's okay. I haven't really been that big of a fan of this, but I love the first one. So, that's Nightmare on Elm Street. Next up. Before y'all give me any flack, I'm going to go with the Paranormal Activity franchise. In particular, just the first 3. After that, this franchise sucks. I mean, I can only just watch like 1, 2, and 3 and just call it a day. But seeing this in theaters for the first time, like, really terrified me. It was that scary. But if you don't know about this, it is a found footage franchise. It starts off with like this couple that inherit this house, and it's haunted, and paranormal entities start to invade their lives. So it's really good, especially the first one. And I definitely want to watch this at night. So that is the Paranormal Activity franchise, and there are, as of now, 5 in the series with a remake. God help us all. But that's the Paranormal Activity franchise. And this started in 2009. There it is. Next up, Chucky Series. Or should I say Child's Play series. And this is just like a bind-up of Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. So it's not every single one of them. There are, God, I think there's about like 8 of these. So this started in 1988, of course, and it's about a serial killer who recently got shot down by the police, and he's into voodoo, and he distributes his soul into a good guy doll, and he goes by Chucky. I have a very soft spot for like the first 3 up to like Bride of Chucky, and then I didn't like Seed of Chucky, but I thought Curse of Chucky was alright. Cult of Chucky was stupid, and the remake recently was really decent, but I'm always a sucker for the first 4. That is the Child's Play franchise. Next favorite is Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, and this started in 1974, and there are I want to say 7 or 8, and this is basically loosely based off a true story, which it's not really a true story, but this shows the Hewitt family and Leatherface, which is a deranged maniac that has a chainsaw, and he just like inhabits these 5 youths on one fateful day. And this is a very, very disturbing film. It's really hard to watch sometimes, but I really enjoy it, and Leatherface is my dude, so that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Next is the Purge franchise. There are 4 in the series, well actually 5 in the series, with the Forever Purge that came out earlier this year. And this started in 2013, and this is about a kind of like a new law that only happens like 12 hours, and you can commit anything up to like murder, rape, whatever. It's just very visceral, and it's reality, and it makes you wonder if something will ever happen like this. So I really enjoy this. In fact, I really need to rewatch the whole series. It's been a while. That is the Purge series. Next up is honestly probably my all-time favorite series, besides a couple more on this list, and that is the Scream franchise. There are 4 in the series now, with a 5th one in the making coming out in January. This started in 1996, and this was one of my childhood movies growing up. I adore this movie, and this is basically about a satire about horror movies in general, and you have a person on the phone asking, what's your favorite scary movie? And you just have everything horror represents in this platform. And it is a really, really good series. The Scream franchise. Next, I wouldn't really call this a series, even though there are 5. I haven't seen them all, but I'm just going to put it on this list, and that is The Exorcist. I actually have Reagan on my calendar over there. And this is in my top 25 favorite movies of all time, and it's a really, really scary movie, but I live for horror, and it's got a little bit of religion. It's got a little bit of religion towards it, and it's basically about this little girl who plays with like a Ouija board, and she gets possessed by Pazuzu, and horror ensues. The Exorcist series. And this started in 1973. Another one is My Bloody Valentine, This is the remake that came out in 2009, and the original was in 1980, and this takes place in a mining town, and it's about this crazed psycho on the loose. But is he dead or alive? So this is basically during the Valentine's Day season. It's a really, really good film, especially the remake. I really enjoy the remake. It is very gory, has a little bit of nudity, so yeah, this is definitely a very, very good one. My Bloody Valentine. Next up, it's the Blade franchise. Yes, this is considered horror, and this is based off of the Marvel comics, and it's about this half human, half vampire hunter who just goes after vampires. And this started in 1998, and I really enjoy this series. That's the Blade series. Next, the Amityville Horror series. This is the remake from 2005, and the first one came out in 1979, and there are, I want to say, 6 of these. Some of them like really don't make sense with like what happened, but this is based off of a true story about Ronald DeFeo and the slaying of his family in November of 1974. The demons told him to kill his family, and you have a really, really scary franchise, the Amityville Horror franchise. Got a few more here. This is one of my all-time favorites, the Friday the 13th series. This is the original, and this started in 1980. Guys, there are 11 in this series. This is all about Jason Voorhees, and he stalks Camp Crystal Lake. He gets revenge on the counselors who didn't pay much attention to him when he was at camp, and his mother snaps and she kills everybody. But as the series progresses, you have your main antagonist, Jason Voorhees. Really, really good series, Friday the 13th. Next, this is my favorite horror movie franchise, Halloween. And this is the original, and this came out in 1978. There's 7 in the original series, no, 8. Then Rob Zombie did 2, and now we got David Gordon Green making a trilogy with Halloween Kills coming out next Friday. Can't wait for that. And this is all about Michael Myers hunting down his sister, Laurie Strode, and it all occurs on Halloween night. I absolutely adore this series, and this is kind of like a tradition to me to at least watch the original series, the original one, every Halloween season. That is Halloween. Next up, Final Destination series. There are 5 in the series, and this started in 2000, and the whole gist of it is about a group of survivors surviving a major catastrophe. This one starts off with like a plane crash, and every survivor who gets off of the plane or whatever, they start dying in horrific accidents, and I really enjoy every single one of them, maybe except the fourth one. That's the most cartoonish one, in my opinion, but very solid series, the Final Destination series. Got two more series here. That is the Saw franchise. This started in 2004, and there are, as of the release of Spiral earlier this year, there are 9. And this is about a crazed killer, and he plays around with victims and tortures them horrendously. And you guess what kind of games they play. And it's a really, really decent series. The Saw franchise. And the final series I have on here are the It series. 1990, 2017, 2019. Now, of course, we know what this is all about, and it's about a group of kids in Derry, Maine, battling a creature that stalks children, and yeah, that's basically the plot of it. So, this was a pretty fun video. I might have like a few more franchises that I just thought of, but I just put this video together like very quickly, so yeah. And I decided that I want to make this into like a series throughout the month. So, of course, these are my favorite horror franchises. Part 2 is going to be favorite movies that I watched growing up. And part 3 will be my favorite Halloween TV specials. And finally, part 4 will be my favorite horror movies in general. So, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. And let me know some of your favorite horror movie franchises. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.